Well, good evening, Chattanooga. Good evening, Dalton. Welcome to Sports Viewpoints. My name is Bill. I am your host. We call it Sports Viewpoints for a reason. Are we on the air actually with Sports Viewpoints? We call it this for a reason because we take your viewpoints on sports right here on Channel 39. The phone number to call is 423-698-8839. The phone number to call, and we're talking about anything you want to in the world of sports. We talked about it earlier. A lot of things going on, including the weather is going on. A lot of things going on, including okay. Now we're on the air, right? Okay. And so, including some big rumors. We'll be talking about that in the Whitfield County Miracle League. The stolen base leader, Tim Parker, the ace of stolen bases. There's been some trade rumors, and Miracle League trade rumors are some of the best trade rumors in all of sports. Also going on, we can talk about it. I don't know if you want to talk about the NHL because New York thought they can win the Stanley Cup, but no, New York can't win the Stanley Cup. And then we can talk about, if you want to talk about the NBA playoffs, I think all the Spurs did was prove that if you have 8 good players who play together as a team, they play better than 3 prima donnas who are very, very good at basketball. And that's my initial take on the NFL and on the NFL on the whatever that is, the NBA. And then big thing going on, the World Cup right now as we speak. Japan playing Greece, no score right now. Greece's captain, and I cannot even think about pronouncing any of these Greek names, but he was sent off, a red card for him, so we'll see. Not too much extra time going on right now, no score. I'm trying to think, I'm not sure exactly what will happen if Greece and Japan are still tied. Both teams, though, are wanting points and would benefit from getting points off this game. But we can talk about the World Cup. We can talk about SEC football. We can talk about professional wrestling. A lot of local talent going on this weekend. We can talk about that. I know TWE has a big event going on this weekend. I'm not sure some of the others do. We'll be glad to talk about that. Anything you want to talk about in the world of sports, we posted that online, and so we'll go to the Facebook page of Sports Viewpoints and see some of the questions, World Cup questions on the air. This is one from Tim Howard. Tim Howard, I guess that's the same name as the U.S. goalkeeper. But what do you think the chances are that U.S. will get out of Group G, the group of death? I think right now the chances the U.S. look good. They got the 3 points. You win against Ghana, you have 3 points. You play Portugal. Of course, this game Sunday against Portugal is the big game because your last game for the U.S. is against Germany. You can't expect to need. You don't want to go into that game needing to win or really even to tie against Germany. But against Portugal, you have 3 points. If you just tie Portugal, you've pretty much advanced to the final Sweet 16. So you got to take that because what you've got with Portugal, with them losing by 4 goals to Germany, is you have a +5 goal differential against Portugal, and that's the point. That's the goal. That's the first tiebreaker, the goal differential. And so with Portugal coming in, if you can just maintain evenly with them from today forward, U.S. becomes the second team to advance, assuming something crazy doesn't go with Ghana beating Germany by 8 goals or something, which is nearly impossible to happen. This is a question kind of asked earlier. Why doesn't soccer take off in the United States like it has in other countries? And I think the reason is clear. And I say I don't answer that question that soccer hasn't taken off. I think soccer has taken off. At the last Major League Soccer season, the attendance, average per game attendance was higher in Major League Soccer than it was in the National Hockey League. It was higher in Major League Soccer than it was in the National Basketball Association. So it's not that soccer is going to arrive. Soccer has arrived. It's just I don't know why people expect soccer to be as popular here as it is, say, in England, Germany, or Ghana, because that's where it's the number one sport. And here in this country, football is the number one sport. The NFL in the South, the SEC, those are the number one sports. So soccer is arrived. It's arrived as much as the NHL has arrived. And in the South, there are pockets of America where the NHL just gets no ratings, is not talked about. There are parts of the NFL, and Montreal-Boston is a huge. You have the Montreal-Boston series. That's huge. And people taking trains and filling up stadiums. Just like this, if you have Seattle playing Portland, huge in soccer. You will draw 60,000 people to Century League Field in Seattle for that rivalry game. So soccer's big in places, and it's not big in places. It's a big, broad country. Soccer is never going to sell 30,000 tickets in Mississippi, but it's happened. You can see it alive, and if you watch some of these videos of people watching the World Cup, the U.S. score the goal, the winning goal in the World Cup, and some of them people have put together compilation videos of the people celebrating, and you can see even in bars in Alabama, there's 50, 60 people around watching a game in a bar in Alabama. There's like 30, like 10, a couple thousand people in a in a shopping center in Kansas City watching the game on a big screen TV. You can see all over the country people are watching it. So it's a matter of not that soccer is never going to be as big as it is in some countries because they only have one or two sports. But it's become a big sport already in the United States. It's a major sport. It's kind of here to stay. It's very different than back in the 70s. They had North American Soccer League, and they just spent a lot of money, and they were a flash in the pan. We're gone. The Major League Soccer has now been along longer than the NASL was ever along, and really that counts the entire history of the NASL, not just the period where they were popular with Pele, people have heard of. So soccer is here. You can see it's got huge ratings. The World Cup game between the U.S. had almost double what the Stanley Cup final Game 7 was, or was there a game? Yeah, the Stanley Cup final game, which were held around the same time. So soccer's arrived. It's big. World Cup is a big event. Not everyone likes it. My problem is I'm not a big fan of some sports, and I don't want to start a fight here of any sports. But let's say lacrosse. I'm not a big fan of lacrosse. Well, I don't spend a lot of time talking about why I don't like lacrosse. Although I have to take that back because I've spent some time on NASCAR, haven't I? But yeah, I don't understand why people. I understand why the mainstream media kind of doesn't like soccer, because they're all hired because of their connection to football, basketball, or baseball. Every sportscaster is hired because of some link to that, and so they're directly involved in other sports, and they're not going to give a lot of lip service to sports that they don't like or they see as a threat to their sport. But I think that's why the mainstream media, you're not going to see it a lot, but it's happening, it's changed, and you'll see people all over the world that are all over the country. They're into soccer. So yeah, I don't kind of buy the argument that soccer's not made it. Soccer's made it. I think it's silly to expect soccer to be more popular than the NFL, and it's not ever going to be. And so that's why I don't understand why soccer has to prove itself more than hockey does, because soccer and hockey have both made it in this country. Maybe they haven't made it in South Carolina, but they've both made it in this country. And then let me see, what was the third question? Oh, what if some say football and some say soccer? And well, that's an easy. Do you know the answer to that, Frankie? Well, soccer, a lot of sometimes British that will complain about Americans calling it soccer instead of football, and they're silly because soccer is a British phrase. It came from when they divided the rules of all these games people were playing. They divided into two sections. One was called rugby football, and that's where rugby and American-style football and Aussie rules football it kind of evolved from. And then the other one was called association football. And the British like to shorten nicknames. So like Frankie, they'd call you Frank, although we kind of do that anyway. But like David Beckham, they call him Becks, and they shorten the name. So soccer is a shortening for association football. And so it's soccer. So it's a British phrase. Americans do it. The South Africa, Australia, you hear it. Canada, you hear it in a lot of the British colonies, but the British turned away from it in the 70s. And so that's the for why football or why soccer. Call it anything. Call it association football if you want to be absolutely correct. And that's the thing. But I'll tell you what, we'll be back with more of your phone calls, your questions from the internet. We'll be back with, I know we've got serious rumors. I've got a hold of 2 potential contract offers in the American League trade rumors that are going on right now. So we're going to say some big dealings for the ace of stolen bases. We'll talk more about that when we come back to Sports Viewpoints after these messages right here on TV 39. Welcome back to Sports Viewpoints. My name is Bill. I am your host. We call it Sports Viewpoints for a reason. You can give us a call, express your viewpoints on sports. Give us a call 423-698-8839. Are you now a new feature? You can ask a question on the internet. Go to Facebook at the Sports Viewpoints homepage on Facebook. Now our reporter, the fabulous. Can I name a name? I got myself the fabulous B. James, who is our source. What? Yeah. Who's our source for this, and is had someone come up with 2 contracts. Am I able to show these? I don't want to break the. Their question.
Tim Parker's got some big decisions to make.
We've got a hold of 2 contract offers for the ace of stolen base, Tim Parker. He's got some decisions. I don't know if I'm allowed to show these, but I'll flash them for you on the air. And so this is the contract offer apparently from the Angels. From the Angels here. A contract for the stolen base leader from Whitfield County Miracle League, Tim Parker, his own bobblehead figure to sign with the Angels. That's a pretty sweet offer. So the Angels playing hardball, as Angels do. If you read the last book, Angels play hardball. And the Red Sox have also countered, and we've talked to people. I think we've talked about some other players on the Red Sox who are also in transfer rumors that might be joining with the stolen base leader. But we'll see. The Whitfield County Miracle League stolen base leader Tim Parker contract offer. This is something that every team can't provide. A hug from Coach Ginger, which is that's a high quality offer, as well as a signing bonus of an extra soft drink at each game. Ooh, that's it, and a free hot dog for every stolen base. Well, this is the stolen base leader Tim Parker. You might be able to feed a village with all the free hot dogs. Yeah, they really are. They're going to feed every cousin he's ever had is going to get a free hot dog. Because the number of stolen bases this guy gets during the game, so so the Red Sox are really playing hardball, trying to get Tim Parker. So we're going to keep track of this. We're going to see what happens with the Whitfield County, the hot stove league as they call it, the trading rumors going on. We'll see. We'll get some. We've got to get an exclusive when Tim Parker decides. We'll get there. We'll see that. We can talk about that with the sports with the Whitfield County Miracle League. Season starts again in the fall, so we'll give you more updates and check it out. Whitfield County Miracle League, a great thing. Look for them, WhitfieldCountyMiracleLeague.com, and they'd love to have more teams involved and get some teams. It'd be great to have a team from the Chattanooga area just kind of get involved, or individual players, more people involved that are better. Let's build this league. It's a great thing, great for the kids, great for the community as a whole. So. No one's talked about this, but big news with the I don't know if I can say this on television, but with the R words of Washington and the NFL. So apparently they're trademark on attack. So we can talk about that and see what's going on. Let me see. War Eagle number 6. That's very sad. Eagle that you may have seen flying over Auburn Stadium has passed. Now there's a couple. Of more, there's not just one eagle that flies over the stadiums. There's a couple, but one of the retired ones, War Eagle VI number 6, has passed away. Very sad for the eagle, and very sad. Talk about this. Tony Gwynn, one of the not only great people of baseball, one of the great people there is. Very sad, passed away, and it's raised. There's always something good comes from anything bad, and it's raised a very important. Issue of there really is danger to dip tobacco, not just smoked tobacco, and so really if you're doing that, it's something to take seriously and to consider all the medical consequences of it. And I'm sure that Tony Gwynn would want to say that. But yeah, just one of the great baseball players, one of just the great pure hitters of the game. It's that he would, and every team know he was trying to do this. But despite all the pitches and everything went to him, he would hit the ball exactly between the 5 and the 6 spot in baseball terms. every single time nearly. And he was just an amazing batter and stayed with the same team, was really quality. No big scandals in his life. So a good guy, Tony Gwynn. So sad to see him passing. So still tied in the Greece and Japan. Frankie, you got any big favorites between Greece and Japan? This is what? Oh, you like what better? Oh, hero is better than sushi. Okay, he's going with Greece because of our preference for gyros over sushis. Heroes, yeah. I like the hero. But I also like the sushi too. So we'll go. Still, it is down to 0-0, down to 10 men. Greece is so. Greece is the word. Frankie says. Okay. Yeah, and well, England wanted Rooney to score a goal. Rooney scored a goal for England, but Luis Suarez scores 2 today for Uruguay. So England, I think, well, practically fully eliminated. We'll know for sure. Excuse me, later on. But yeah, very tough World Cup for England and Spain so far this year. And so the United States again continues in the World Cup. Plays on Sunday night against Portugal. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. I'll tell you what, we're going to take one more break. We'll be back with your phone calls, your questions on the internet, anything you want to talk about in the world of sports. We'll be back with more Sports Viewpoints right here on Channel 39. See you in a minute. Welcome back to Sports Viewpoints. My name is Bill. I'm your host, and we're going to go right to the phone calls right here on Channel 39. Line 1, you're on the air. Elizabeth calling from Chattanooga.
Hey, I want to talk about the World Cup results.
Okay.
All these teams came in with high hopes, Spain, Australia, and one by one in the first round, they have just fallen flat.
Yeah, I don't know how much high hopes Australia really had, but absolutely Spain. Certainly England expected to play a lot better than they have. Yeah, the biggest team that just completely collapsed was the defending champion Spain, who's already eliminated after 2 games.
And Chile finally won.
Yeah, Chile has won 2 games.
Well, I mean against Spain.
Oh, against Spain, yeah, they won 2-0 against Spain. Well, it's kind of a rival. Of course, Chile, South American, and Spain, a former oppressor of Chile and from the from Europe. But yeah, Chile won, and one of the best cheers, Chi Chile, Vamos Chile or Vive Chile. But yeah, very good cheer.
It seems that the smaller, the underdogs. I call them the underdogs. Are seeming to take over a lot of these matches and surprise a lot of different people. And I keep reading things about the surprise that England and Spain and now
Yeah, England, one of the favorites usually. Certainly, people would have thought Costa Rica would not advance out of this very tough group with Italy, Uruguay, and England, who all 3 have previously won the World Cup. But leading it right now is Costa Rica. Of course, they play an important game later, and of course, yeah, Chile advances and Spain does not. Very surprising. I think people would even be surprised that the U.S. is in the top 2 in their group so far. Not considered by the world, the opinions of the world, the U.S. is not expected to be good. When you really look at it at paper, when computer models come out, U.S. really one of the top 15 or 20 teams in the world, so does better than expected. But yeah, this has probably been the World Cup as much as anything of goals, but probably second most of surprises. This has been a very surprising World Cup and also a very high goal scoring World Cup, except for the game going on today.
And that's what makes this fun to watch. It's the underdogs just taking control.
Oh, absolutely. And I just love to see, that's why I love March Madness. It's because of the underdogs, because the underdogs get a chance. And this is the one time our region in the North America and Central America, we're not expected to do well compared to the European and South American teams. The African and Asian teams are not expected to do well. And when they do well, it's great to see and it's fun to watch.
Thanks for taking the call.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. Yeah, and so we'll take a look at the Coca-Cola rankings from the last week. Number 1, Spain already eliminated. Number 10, England, already eliminated. Germany doing well. Brazil doing well. Portugal, real trouble. They play the United States on Sunday. Argentina doing well. Switzerland, number 6, doing well. Uruguay won today, but or they're going to have to win their third game, or at least do quite well. Depending on circumstances, they can potentially tie it. But Uruguay will have to play well in their final game to advance. Colombia has done well. Italy started off strong. So, you know, of the top 10 in the FIFA World Cup rankings already, there's probably 2 of them already eliminated and another 2 or 3 in trouble. And, hey, this is the early round. This is before the top 16. These top 10 teams should be doing well in their groups, and a lot of them are not. So that's what makes the World Cup exciting. It makes any sporting event exciting, I think, for me, is when you have underdogs, and underdogs can win the game. I'm trying to think, have we given them all our breaks, Frankie?
Yeah, we're pretty much done.
We're doing good, but that's what's going on. Hey, a lot of things going on. SCW is Friday night down there on at Cloud Springs Deli on Cloud Springs Road, right? Yeah, that's why I can't figure it out. Yeah, that going on. They've been on here, and what are they telling me? There's some big event going on. Oh yeah, someone was jumped the other night, and who was jumped the other night?
Frenchie turned on his brother John.
That's right, Frenchie turned on his brother John Arden. So John Arden was jumped the other night, and so now is he joining Team SCW? We don't know. That's a very interesting thing. Is that
Rumors are the Fabulous B. James may accompany the ringside.
we're okay, and so our own, the Fabulous B. James, may be involved in some of these matches. So check it out, SCW tomorrow night down there at Cloud Springs Deli. That's going on. Excuse me. We talked about a lot going on today. Chattanooga State plays doubleheader, women and 5 and men at 7:30 down at Finley Stadium on Saturday night. Let me see what else is going on. Can you think of anything else? A lot of things going on in the world of sports. You can check it out. We'll have a link to some of the events going on at our Facebook page, sportsviewpoints.com. Thank everyone who called and put their questions on the internet. And thank we got a post on the internet from the stolen base leader, the ace of stolen bases, Tim Parker, and he has just put a cryptic post on the Sports Viewpoints front page. Decisions. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but he said decisions. So is he telling us there's a third team involved? I don't know, because he could have said just decisions, you know, but he did it 3. Is there a third? Maybe. Who knows? But you can see that at Sports Viewpoints page. You can check it out. Tim Parker, stolen base leader in Miracle League, Hamilton County, Whitfield County Miracle League, going on there. And okay, and so just still scoreless in the game going on right now. But we'll be back next week. We'll talk more. We'll find out what happened with SCW. Maybe we'll have some video of what happened down there. And no promises. And then we're gonna have some update on the trade rumors in the Whitfield County Miracle League. The World Cup will be going on. Well, the United States will play 2 games, and we'll be waiting for the 3rd game next time we come to see you. And then, that's it. That's going on. Baseball going on. We'll be closer to the playoffs than that. So we'll be glad to talk about anything you want to in the world of sports. We'll be back next week. Thank you for joining us.